Okay, I'm doing this for Clark. I don't know how to set this up, but it's just like hit me. Is that this might be how I would when the court case happens and the lawsuit and all of that. I'm sure you guys have all graduated, but just take a look at the message, the language, and all this, and how an investigator could actually, in a courtroom with Shirley Freed on trial, and the group, all the Nazis. So you look at the language of this. Of course, this is to me, right? This is to me, Michael Kearns. It's from Shirley Freed, and let's now call her the Führer Princip, because all of these people that believe leadership is the great leader, and the leader is, and that's the Führer Princip. So I've taken leadership, right? There's only two typologies. I don't know how many fucking times I need to say. And David Roush will go into it. Well, we hear you, Michael, and we appreciate it. Oh, David Roush gets the fucking slap, the first sear slap, and he gets his nose in the corner, and buckets of ice water fill around his boots and the buckets that he's standing in, and he starts shivering. And I say to him, shut the fuck up. David Roush, shut the fuck up. You are not within the two, right? There's two. They're called the laws of thought. They're the laws of thought. How do I have to always fucking explain shit to these stupid, ignorant Seventh-day Adventists that all they're doing is putting money back into the Seventh-day Adventist machine because they're gods, right? I've reread Jim Tucker's 3 or 4 articles and stuff he's written in, even inside the ICEP journal. My race. He says, he uses words that are so racist. It is the Seventh-day Adventist Church. There was a split, and this split, the schism in Christianity, just like the split in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I'll put this down, but you know that, right? Christianity itself has suffered several schisms. Did you know that? Because this is a Christian church, Clark. I would suspect that a person that's spending government money, I suspect you spent government money. I spent government money, My first, how many? I don't think I even got 3 months. Because, right, when you get vocational rehabilitation, right, you have to go through counseling. It's not a privilege, Clark. It's not like the government has money, right, and the money's there, and if you happen to be a X and you're qualified and you can use the money to go to Andrews University, no. The Veterans Administration looked at the requirements of what I wanted to do. I wanted to do is become a professor, right? It's my IDP. My IDP says I want to become a professor. That there's only 2 schools of leadership. There's the Rost and Barker Burns School. And then there's this bullshit that's this, 330 billion. Yeah, I almost fell. I was trying to put something up, and I lost my balance. I almost broke my leg. So there's my proper way of putting up that thing that's not sitting there. Okay? So I'm fine. There's my AK. That's my night drills. Okay, I'll stand up. Ow. Son of a bitch. Back is getting bad. But there's my Kiev hat. There's my AK. Proper weight and balance. That's my evening. Try and get around. Carry the AK. It's the whole drill. Getting your mind ready. Because there'll be plenty of those sitting on the ground if I get somewhere that might be important. But I got to get this fucking PhD done. So here's... I sent an email. You got a copy of that. So this... Right... As you know, Clark, and you're the expert, you could knock out a PhD as long as you get it architected right first. See, I'm missing the architecture first. I've been waiting for this to lay out, and here it is. The great leader has struck, right? There he is. There's his henchman behind him, but there's the Führer teaching the Führer principle. And it's all the great leader. There he is. He's always learning. Look at him. Oh, my God. He's got the Führer principle. And you don't have to get educated. All you got to do is fill in the great leader's plan. Isn't that simple? 20 competencies. I am the leader. Say it 4 times, 5 times. You're now inside of the great Führer who is always learning. I'm always learning. I'm the Führer. I'm always learning. It's a fucking chaos. And so I'm just wondering why it is, Clerk. Well, why everybody loves lying, and it's just the fact that nobody can figure shit out. So I figure that Buddhism, in the sense of a Christian church that is conflicted, that even in the essence of what they say for the church is conflicted. I don't have that article here, but it's inside of here. I've laid out, okay, here it is. This is what I just sent, this email. You see, here's the claim, another claim. For real education reform, these Adventists have figured the shit out, right? Isn't it? He's figured it out. That's it. What's that? The day before the 1st of April Fool's Day. So April Fool's Day before, they figured it all out. They need the great leader. And the great leader is who? It's an Adventist. This is in 2010. So, but you see from the time that we came in, and Shirley Fried lied, right? Everything's a fraud. No, it's not everything a fraud, Clark. I'm fucking telling you. I'm a fraud investigator. I was a spy. This is what I do. I go around in like a counterintelligence mode, and I find errors. Errors, business errors, you know. That's why I get money to go to California to carry a gun to do investigations. Because inside of investigations, inside these big businesses where you got the Nazis, they get really upset after they've spent all this time, toil, and trouble. And there's that one Kearns guy, get it done, come on, Kearns. You know, so the day you got to look at that, or even listen to the long voice. Well, I could record everything, but Eric Baumgartner and Jim Tucker talking to me together. The first thing that I said to them was, all I want to do is graduate. I think you two guys can get me graduated in 1 week. I said, no, I said 1 month. That was February, the first week of February. I think you two guys can get me. All I want is that one letter I've been asking for since the fucking first day. Oh my God, 20, Clark, I've got all the messages. I have every memo that says I'm a Chapter 31 combat disabled veteran, and all I'm trying to do is get access to the fucking Tillman Center, because you sons of bitches don't even let anyone even have access to anything. It's like this Andrews University leadership program is what an experiment, and them making their own money and becoming their own church, because this is what it is. They're not following the, I'll slow down because I was going to use some foul words. The goddamn fucking church has a fucking goddamn mission, and it's 3 things. It's 3 things. This leader Nazi man is one thing. There he is. I'm the leader. I'm always learning. I am the leader. I am always learning. Follow me into the future. I'm making money. It's lots of money. I'm now in charge of. This is the entire 7th day. It's the global leadership program. Where did that word first appear in anything having to do with anything? Clark, it was our 2003 handbook. That was the first time the word global came into any